Hearing the diagnosis that your canine companion has cancer is absolutely heartbreaking. It's instantly overwhelming to try to think about how you're going to treat your pet, what things you need to do differently, his activity during his treatments, what you can and can't do, what's best for your dog. It's so much to think about that it instantly becomes overwhelming. One of the things that your veterinarian or canine nutritionist should discuss with you or your canine oncologist is the proper nutrition for your dog during this time. Now, the nutrition that he requires is going to depend on the type of cancer that he has, his age, his breed, his weight, and the treatment that you opt for. Your expert that you're working with, whether it be a veterinarian or an oncologist or a canine nutritionist, should aid you in creating a recipe guideline, which should tell you the percent of protein that your dog needs in a diet, the percent of carbohydrates, the vitamins, the minerals. They'll help you to also choose supplements that are going to be right for your dog. This homemade dog food for canines with cancer is very beneficial because it's limited ingredient, it's easy to digest, which the body is already working overtime trying to fight this disease and going through treatments. So you want something that's very easy to digest. And you also want to remove any artificial ingredients. There are many research studies that show that artificial ingredients in pet food may actually lead to cancer or feed cancer that's already in the body. So it's important to get rid of all of those artificial ingredients. And this recipe does do that. As I mentioned, you want to make sure that you remove any artificial ingredients and leave the food easily digestible because the body is already working overtime. So this is a limited ingredient, very simple recipe that's going to start out with 3 cups of boiled chicken breast. Now I've already boiled mine and I cut it into bite-sized pieces that are appropriate for my dog. You're also going to add 1 cup of green veggies. I have broccoli and kale here. These are not cooked, they're raw. Cooking vegetables drains a lot of the nutrients out of them, so I leave mine raw, and that is 1 cup of broccoli and kale. Like I said, it could be any green vegetables that are healthy and safe for dogs. Green beans, celery are good choices as well. I just happen to have broccoli and kale on hand, so that's what I use. You're also going to add a teaspoon of coconut oil, and I have melted mine just to make it easier to mix around. 1 teaspoon of spinach powder. And 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Now, some dogs won't eat food with apple cider vinegar because of the bitterness and the unappealing aroma of the vinegar. So if your dog seems to be adverse to the vinegar, you don't need to add that. And you also want to add 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese. Now you can mix this up, and as long as the chicken is cool, it is immediately ready to feed to your dog. As you can tell, Sadie loves this homemade dog food for cancer. Thankfully, she does not suffer from this condition. But if your dog, as I mentioned, is a little bit averse to it, you may want to leave out the apple cider vinegar. The chicken should be enough to tempt them to eat it. And it's coated with the coconut oil as well. So hopefully your dog will gobble it up the way that Sadie does. You can store leftovers in an airtight container in the refrigerator for about 5 days, and you can also store them in an airtight container in the freezer for up to 3 months. If you have any questions, please email me, Samantha@topdogtips.com. Thanks for watching this video.